Good morning, mathematicians. We are back to the lean stream today, I decided. Because why not? Because why not? See, I don't hear any counter examples, counter reasons. So that's what we're gonna do. Right after we pop out chat. And yeah. There was something else I thought I was going to do today, but I can't remember what it is, so we're just going to play more lean. Hello, Matthias. Hello, Matthias. Where are we here? Okay. Problem set 4. What do we got going on? Okay. So we're proving... Whoa, okay. What are we proving? So we're defining a at 2n to be 3 minus 1 over n, and we define a at 2n plus 1 to be 1 plus 1 over n. How's my day been? It just started, so fine. Fine. And we're proving that this doesn't converge. Okay. Okay. So just intro. Intro. No? The sequence converge. So can't I intro A1 somehow? I don't converge probably. But the question is it that I don't converge because I just go to infinity? Or is it because my lim sup and lim inf aren't equal? Like, which one is it? Are like two distinct finite numbers. Do I read philosophy? Not really. Not, I don't remember the last time I actually read philosophy. Actually, that's not entirely true. I have a book on my table that someone gave me. Martin Hageland. It's kind of a book on philosophy, but I didn't like it that much. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I sat down and like tried to read like a serious philosophical text. Maybe if I unfold, right? That's... No, that didn't do anything. Alternating sequence. Okay. 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 Hello, walking Sophie. I hope you're not walking and watching at the same time. Unless you're walking on a treadmill. I mean, just could be dangerous. I'm just trying to look out for you. Why did I decide to play the lean game? I'm stuck on... the first bit. Okay, let's go look at definitions. Seek conv A. Yeah, if there exists, so shouldn't I be able to seek-conv. Did I see the AI mathematics assessment that was designed by mathematicians? I haven't read it, but yes, I've seen it. That is interesting. You just had a Jane Street interview. Really? Damn. Take me with you. Take me with you, please. Yeah, I've been thinking about applying to Jane Street. But I think I need to brush up on, you know, the brain teaser questions that they ask you. I don't know. Did you study up the brain teaser? Did you read the green book, the finance green book ahead of time? One of your friends from Cambridge was the first person to make an AI solve an open problem completely independently. Damn. Nice. Well, maybe you'll be the first person to make AI break all trading strategies. Right, so seeklim. This is seekconv. Oh, yeah. Okay, so seekconv is the statement that there exists an L, such as seeklim AL. Yeah, so shouldn't I be able to intro that? Oh no, because I'm at a false, right? So can I like intro at A1 or something? Unfold at A1? How do I like unpack A1? You did definitely study the Green Book, but not sure how helpful it was. Interesting. Is there something that you think would have been more helpful? Because yeah, like I said, I'm thinking about applying. Also, I'm curious, what's your background? Do you have a finance background? Solving first round math Olympiad combinatorics problems were more helpful. Okay, that is good to know. That is good to know. What are my thoughts on using LLMs and AI for problem solving? I don't know. I don't know what to say about this question. What are my thoughts on it? What are my thoughts on it? I don't know. I don't use it, but it will be cool when it's there. I don't know. Will be nice to have when it's. I mean, it seems like it's almost there. Am I worried about the future? I don't know. 90% of the workforce, that's a bold claim. I mean, I don't know. In 1,000 years' time, I'm sure that's the case. But it's too difficult to predict. Hey, Casta Kachori. The future is too difficult. No one really knows what's actually going to happen. So, I don't know. No, I'm not worried about the worst case scenarios. You have an Olympiad background plus Cambridge, but not much else finance related. Okay. And Cambridge undergrad, master's, PhD. Hey, Luna. This is the first time K Theory has been asked to think about something he doesn't know how to respond. That's sarcasm, right? Sequence converge. Yeah, how do I... change? Can I... Well, what if instead of at, I just go unfold A1? Actually, does that work? No. How about change A1? No. How about change at A1? No. How about intro A1? Intro at A1. Gang, what am I supposed to do? Undergrad, okay. All right, so maybe if I do some math Olympiad combinatorics problems, life will work out for me. I guess we need to expand into space to give humanity a new purpose. Wow. I don't know about giving humanity a purpose. I don't know what it means to give humanity a purpose or why expanding into space. I think we need to expand into space eventually. You know, if life from this planet is gonna go on, eventually we need to leave the planet in a couple billion years. But well, to give humanity purpose, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. I should do a Math Talk episode with another YouTube channel called PhysMath. It's like K theory, but for physics. Do I know them? Maybe I'll check them out. Well, this could be a record for the least amount of progress we'll make in a. Okay, there's a lot of PhysMath. Okay, maybe not the guy with 42 subs or the guy with 98. This looks the closest. 12.2. He really is the physics K theory. Okay, and then the other channel's Russian, so it must be this guy. Or Phi Math. Phi Maths. Okay, this must be the guy. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll talk to him. Actually, it looks like he hasn't posted a video. Oh, okay, Q&A from 3 weeks ago, so yeah, maybe. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you've never been you don't know what sarcasm even is, Leo. There's some interesting Olympiad problems in Tidu Andrescu's books. Okay. I might have to dig there. Sequence converge. Okay. How to unfold definitions in hypotheses lean. Unfold name? Oh, I need to feed it the thing I'm unfolding. I see. So if I go unfold seek conv at A1? No. Well, what if I did it like this? No, it's still unhappy. Why are you so unhappy? Let unfold y at h by p. Yo, Muhammad, what's cracking? Mr. K Theory, how do you deal with the mental damage of students not attending tutorials that you teach? I don't have that problem. The students love me. Like I said, every class that I change at, I think I tried that one already. No, it didn't work. Yeah, the students carry me on their backs, chanting my name at the end of every lecture, and same with every tutorial I've ever given. So I don't know. No, but you know what I do in tutorials, and I do the same thing with my lectures. So first off, well, maybe it scares some students away, but it maybe coaxes some other students to stay. I try to give. I do little demonstrations for them. I tell them about fun, unsolved problems that are easy to state and stuff like that. And, you know, I told them about there's this, estimate. You use some statistics to say the secretary problem or the marriage problem, right? And I was like, oh, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, you know, if you think you're going to date 10 people in your life, math says, you know, if you're only on 2 or 3 right now, you got to dump them and take the next best one, whatever, stuff like that. Put the unfold hypothesis after change. What? Change unfold? What? Huh? The unfold hypothesis? Oh, change. You mean, what do you mean? The unfold hypothesis after change. The unfold. You mean this? There we go. I see what you mean. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What else have I done for student retention? I don't know. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it that much. Let them fail. Let them do miserably. Let them do miserably, and then, you know, have them complain to you in grade scope for regrade requests. And then when they get a question wrong that you covered in tutorial, be like, by the way, I covered this in tutorial. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care that much about the students that don't care. I live for the ones that do care. You know, they fuel me. Okay, we got a bunch of redacted messages. Yeah. Honestly, why not just do Nuth at all concrete mathematics for combinatorics? I don't know. Is that competition style problems? Um, you're betraying your country for payment in mini M&Ms? Fair. I don't know. I heard that's a number one tactic to convert, you know, to create double agents. Serious question: how do academics have relationships with their partners when they're hopping every 2 to 3 years from country to country for a postdoc? Good question. Good question. They don't. Some don't. I don't know. I know one guy who like met his partner in Australia, and then came here, and then was in Calgary for a couple of years. Uh, but then he didn't get another postdoc, and now he's back with his partner, and reorienting himself to go to industry. Yeah. I left a relationship at the dawn of my PhD because of the spatial separation, in part. Okay, seekconf. Wait a second. What did that even do? Wait a, wait a second. What did that even do? That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. What if I make it an unfold? Nope, didn't like that. Okay. Okay. I think for the first time, I literally interviewed Kontorovich yesterday, and I was like, I haven't had to look at your series once. Um, I haven't had to look at your series once. But today might be the first day. And that's only because people in chat were helping me, to be honest. A1 is exist L, so you can just choose such L. A1. You mean I can just say choose L? Or what do you mean? No, we're trying to prove that it doesn't converge, knock. The relationship aspect is the main reason you may pivot into industry after you finish a master's degree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I've known people that have had relationships, but actually, I guess if I think about it, most of the postdocs I know aren't in serious, long distance relationships. I know people that have like even started a family during grad school and stuff, but you also have to be in the right combination, right? Like the person that I was with before my last serious relationship, they were also going to med school, right? So it's like if you have two people, and if you think about it, like okay, whatever, I don't like have to date another academic necessarily, but like okay, it makes sense that academics are gonna want to like date each other, right? But then that's the problem because it's like it's a very sort of individual ambition. Where are we here? Lecture 8? Okay, that's way too far ahead. Something like that, just checking proper form of choose. Something like choose LH using A1. Did you join at the end block? I don't know. No, we probably got a little more time today. You're right. Thanks, Knock. Knock and Lock showing up in chat. Yeah, Brian, I don't know. I don't know. Are you still? I don't know if you're still there, but I don't know what tutorial are you teaching? Yeah. One thing is that this isn't always in your control, but one thing that sometimes the prof has done to coax students to go, like T will sometimes coax students to go to class by putting a question on a quiz and having a TA do that question in class, and then afterwards telling the students, hey, this exact thing was done in tutorial. The hardest math book I've read. Yeah, well, speaking of the long list of questions I am unable to answer, I also don't know how to answer that question. But first off, I think there's very few books that I've ever read. I think there's very few math books that I've ever read cover to cover. Oh wait, yeah. I don't know why I tried to change. Change didn't work for me last time. Yeah, there's very few math books that I've read cover to cover, and I don't know how to compare the difficult. Like, I have some books that it's like I barely understand a word of, but is it because the book is hard? Is it because I just don't have the right background for that book? Like, I don't know. I think I passed the new expression to change, not the old one. Well, I have to. Huh? Pass the new expression to change? But what? I mean, what's the point of that? I mean, shouldn't. Okay, okay. Oh, this is. Okay, now this is interesting. This is interesting because it's yelling at me. It's yelling at me, but it's yelling at me, but it is doing what I wanted it to do. Do you see that? That's so weird. It did unfold the statement, but it is also yelling at me. That is funny. What? Why is right? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I think yeah. No, I have access to unfold. I have unfold. I'm pretty sure. Um. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, maybe that's why. Well, then what the hell? What am I supposed to do? Um. Hmm. Apply bound change to rewrite. Oh, I thought I could have sworn I saw an unfold. Okay. Um. That's fine. That's fine because it still is letting me see here. So I should be able to like intro at H, right? No, 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 no. Wait, I could still. Um, right. I probably want to contradict it with epsilon one. The H is a function, so now I can just feed it. I can just feed it a variable that I want to specialize epsilon at to create my contradiction. Yeah, yeah, Zafar. I'm gonna use it anyway, enjoyer. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a use it anyway, enjoyer. Um, yeah, but that's awful, Locke. Like, why would I? Like, what an awful thing to have to do to have to write out that whole thing. Um, okay, what's my sequence? What's my sequence, anyways? We got to do some math. So a2n is 3 minus this, and a2n plus 1 is 1 plus 1 over n. Is this true? Yeah, 3 minus 1 over n, 1 plus 1 over n. Um, I'm blaming you anyways, Locke, because you know what? I'm gonna use it anyways, enjoyer. And the thing I'm going to use and enjoy is you as a scapegoat. Stupid question, but as an undergrad, you gotta ask. In mathematics, what qualifies a good notation versus a bad notation? Well, I mean, this is, it's subjective, right? One thing I think that's tempting to do when you're young is use symbols too much and use symbols just because you think they look cool. And of course, I'm still tempted to do such a thing today. So you need to like mentally, check yourself and be honest. Like, when am I, when am I doing that? When am I doing that? So that's something. I mean, yeah, notation. What makes good notation? Yeah, try to make it as unfanciful as possible. Of course, somehow we've gotten ourselves in a sorry state where we've got all these fancy scripts and stuff, and it's just now they're part of a field, and it's just that way. But try to keep notation also, you know, it's something you also get by reading things in a field. You pick it up from your textbook and stuff. Like you want, use notation that's conventional. Try to make notational choices that other people are using, right? Try to make yeah, conventional choices. What else to say about good notation? There's also a balance. I mean, it's partly taste as well, right? People have, like, it is a subjective thing, but one thing I try to do is, if a notation starts having a proliferation of subscripts and superscripts, I'll sometimes say something like that. There's these varieties. I know this isn't that bad, but I'll say something like, oh, we define these varieties that depend on something lambda, but we'll just write v, when lambda is understood. So I like the idea of trying to unclutter your notation, but this comes at the cost of sometimes that buries the things that it depends on, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's there definitely isn't a single prescription for what to do in these cases. It's kind of a balancing act, right? It's kind of a balancing act, and somewhat of a personal preference, So, you don't think I don't? You think I don't need change at all? Use it right away to choose delta. Yeah, yeah. Standard notation is good notation. Yeah. You try to blame Locke for absolutely everything. Good. That's why you're a blue gear. If you want to find bad notation, read the paper you were reading yesterday. Using the same bad notation for two different things. Oof. Brutal roasting of someone you know. It may not look like it, Femnil, but we're playing the lean game. You're attempting to invent purposefully cursed notation for geometric calculus. You were doing but got told off. Good. You think a lot of notation is based on pen ergonomics, at least historically. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, historically, sure, but nowadays, I feel like tech has, I mean, who in their right mind would want to write math frac, you know? Yeah, I feel like notation is bent towards tech in modern history. The question of notation is the same as writing communication. It matters to whom you're communicating with, yeah. Hi, Mom. Love you. As for notation and overuse of symbols, I have example from software development. In Scala programming language, they introduced ability to have any sequence of symbols for method names. I'm too ignorant of programming to know why that's bad. Yeah. Yeah, MathRack looks cool when it's teched up, but it's a nightmare for writing. So, I don't know. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to show, right, basically, whatever L is. So we don't know what L is, and we want to prove that this will be bigger than or equal to 1. No matter what. And I guess what? Interesting. Your programmer, we have LSPs, autocomplete, so we can use descriptive names without having to slowly pen them. I mean, tech can also sometimes, like sometimes in overleaf or whatever, it'll autocomplete things for you. Write mathfrak letters on the. Okay, here's my attempt at mathfrak letters. A, B. I don't even know what a frac D would be. G, I just do a normal G. H, again, it's about the for me. I mean I try to put the extra little curly on there, and for me that's what makes it mathfrak. K, I'm not so sure what to do. Like, I try to do that, but then, I also do this sort of thing for kappa as well. But I guess I'm not always. Frac K and kappa aren't happening in a similar scenario. Yeah, frac P, again, I just try. Frac P and frac Q, I just try to put like a bit more of a curly on it. Math frac K is literally not a K. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the. I mean, the like capital frac A looks like a U to me. Like it looks like this, which is stupid. SL2C, yeah. I mean, There's nothing I did. It just looks like I just try and make it look like a lowercase s and l. Yeah. Has to be straight lines? What do you mean? What has to be straight lines? Mathfrak I and J are the same. You can't convince me about the subtle difference. Yeah. I don't know. These are probably only the frac letters I even attempt. So yeah. I really don't do much for mathfrak. I mean, Leo, let's see your fracks. Let's see your mathfraks. Okay, so we should have some. What do we need here? So we should have some assumption. We should have something like this. That these two things are less than 1, and then yeah, maybe do I want to take it even smaller? Let's say these are both less than 1/2, and then their sum, so we'd have 3 minus 1 over L minus L, and maybe I want the negative of this. Well, hang on. Okay, let's just do it this way. Plus this would be less than 1. What about frac? Yeah, R, again, it doesn't look different than a normal R for me. And then an O, I might try to do something like that, but again, it's like, I don't know. But what about this problem? Yeah, I'm double it, give it to, well, I don't know. I was gonna say if I double it and give it to the next person, it's not my problem. But then, knowing eventually some person probabilistic. No, I still say pass it on. Absolve it of myself of the guilt. So what do we got going on here? Then this would be 4 minus 2L. Right? We'd have 4 minus 2L less than this. So what? What, 1 minus L would be less than a half? Why is that problematic? Though, sorry, 2 minus L would be less than a half. I mean, if that were true, like, we could argue that, yeah, if this was normal math, I mean, we could argue that this would force L to be, yeah, I don't know. Well, no, I guess we still get a bound on L, right? So we could say that L is bigger than this, right? But then could we use one of the other identities? Right, we would get that L is bigger than this. Could we get a bound that says it's smaller? Yeah, I mean, what if we would also have L minus 1 over n less than 1 if L minus 1 over n less than 1. You were bigger than this, believe. So that's bigger than 2, or less than 2 1 over n. Right. And then if we took, if n was bigger than 2, yeah, so we could get a contradiction there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I guess we'll take epsilon to be 1/2. Take epsilon to be 1/2. So what can we do? We can just do h at 1/2, right? Supply it like a function. Or like have a2 h applied to 1/2. How does that work now? How do we? Yeah, that worked. Nice. Okay, and then, but again, I have this problem where I want to like intro at a2, right? Whatever. That's good enough. That's good enough for today. I think that's where I'll leave it for today. I can chain function application. Okay. h 1/2 by Linerith? Huh? Oh, I see. H. Wait, what do I? Something like that? No. I don't know. Keep the half? I put it back. Yeah. I'm done for today.